This video is sponsored by Aquashine Exteriors, professional jet washing and cleaning services across Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole, including Dorset, Hampshire and Wiltshire. Are you feeling it's time to get that driveway nice and shiny for when you come home, or are you wanting to get that guttering tidied up and spotless again? They deliver this, plus much, much more. Please head into the description below where you'll find their details for their website, including the socials, Facebook and Instagram. You also need to find their before and after portfolio. You can also call them on 07503 998 088 for a free quotation. Don't wait till next week. Don't think you'll do it another day. Pick up the phone, give them a call, check them out. Good evening and welcome to Cherries Red Army. It's another World Cup watch along. As Bournemouth has a break from club football, we're going to focus on England versus the USA. And look, we've got fans across the world and we've got a lot of fans from the USA from a club point of view. So this is an interesting conversation and an interesting game we're going to have. If you are new to the channel, please do subscribe and also hit the like on this video. We're going to talk about both teams' lineups. We're going to have that build up to kickoff, which is only about 15 or so minutes away. And of course, we'll have a look at Kiefer Moore and Chris Mepham's Wales. They lost 2-0 today against Iran. Is their tournament over? Well, I'm going to get a guest on to start with, just to even things out a little bit. We're going to get a Bournemouth fan. He's a friend of the channel. It's David from the USA. How you doing, David?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
Not too bad.
Little nervous. I think England's actually probably obviously the favourite for this one, but it depends. If the United States can go into half-time with a draw, then I fancy our chances. My fear for the US is that we concede early, and then it becomes like Iran. But we'll see.
We'll dive into those teams in a minute. David, we got to touch on Wales because 2 Bournemouth players were in that team, and I felt a little bit sorry for Chris Mepham. I thought he worked really hard again. Kiefer Moore had an early chance, but yeah, your thoughts on that early scoreline in Group B, which was Wales 0, Iran 2, and that's probably the end of their tournament, would you say?
You can never tell, right? Who would have thought that Saudi Arabia would have won their game? You every game you've got to play, and they may have something for England, right? They may decide that they want to at least knock England out. So I wouldn't write Wales off right now. I thought they were disappointing today. I thought they played much better against the United States. They didn't seem to have their A game today. They weren't getting the ball through to Kiefer. And I think that, in the end, probably Iran deserved the victory. The first goal by Iran was amazing. The second one was because Wales was throwing everybody forward. But, who knows? I mean, it would be typical of the United States to beat England today and then lose to Iran on Monday, but or whatever. I think next Tuesday, right? Is the last
Tuesday,
game?
Yeah,
it's Tuesday. But yeah, I thought Iran played well and probably deserved the victory.
They smashed every post.
Yeah, and the good news for Bournemouth is we get our players back earlier. So.
Well, that would be nice. And maybe a new manager will be able to get stuck into those players in the team and prepare for a Premier League return. But hey, that's another conversation that we'll be definitely having very soon. Iran pretty much hit every post in that stadium as well in that game. But you will see the league table for Group A and Group B because Netherlands and Ecuador, they just drew in the previous match before this one that's going to be coming up very soon. And England, the top with 3 points, Iran 3 points, USA on 1, Wales on 1. Right, it's about time. I'll stick a banner on the screen, David, and we need to get stuck into those lineups. The lineups are on the screen. England unchanged to start with. I was hoping that maybe Foden would come in for Mason Mount, but why would Gareth Southgate change it? He beat Iran 6-2.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got a winning team, you keep it, right? But English have got a strong team on the bench as well. So I suspect that if England goes ahead by a couple or even 3, that they will see a lot of the substitutes come on. There was this talk. I've been watching the American TV over here, and there was talk about, well, maybe we should just lose this game and just save everybody for the game against Iran. But you can't do that. You got to have a go. And you never know. You come out. I mean, we got a young team. score an early goal, put England under a bit of pressure. Who knows? But obviously, I think England are the favourites. I mean, there's no doubt
England's
about
team
that.
then is Jordan Pickford, Luke Shaw, left back four, Harry Maguire, John Stones, Kieran Trippier. Then it's Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham. He scored his first goal for England as I refreshed the screen.
Yeah.
Saka was in there, Mason Mount, and also Harry Kane. Harry Kane fit. Didn't score in any of those 6 goals, and he'll be looking to get off the mark. Talk to us about USA then. It's Turner, Dest, Zimmerman, Ream, Robinson, Musa, Adams, McKennie, Pulisic, Weah got that goal for USA the other day against Wales, and Wright. So tell us more about that team, David. I need to know a little bit more. They looked very good in the first half against Wales, but once Wales got more on, they looked like they struggled a bit, and they didn't look as fit. Is that right?
Yeah, it's kind of surprising because it's the end of the US season in terms of MLS, so they should be fit. Weah, I think, is a really good player. The second half, they definitely eased off a little bit, and Zimmerman gave away a stupid penalty. I mean, there was no need to do that. I think it will depend on the initial start. If Pulisic can get a goal early, and as I said, put England under pressure a little bit. My fear is conceding a goal very quickly, and that would not be good.
No, definitely not. Yes, I mean, Pulisic is a player that's got Premier League experience. He's probably one of the most experienced players in this team, but obviously Tim Ream's got experience as well, playing in the Premier League. And Weah, I mean, that is am I right in thinking that is the son of George Weah? Is there a connection somehow?
Yeah, no, he's his son. Yeah.
And
I think
what footballer he was.
Yeah, I mean, and he's got talent. I mean, I'll be honest with you. The US is really looking 4 years down the road, which is when the World Cup will be here. And this is the young team that hopefully over the next 4 years will develop. But it would be nice to get out of the group stages. I think to do that, honestly, we have to beat Iran on Tuesday. That is the game that we have to win. If we can get a point today, or sneak a win, that's a bonus. But even if we get a point today, we still have to beat Iran. So it really comes down to that game on Tuesday.
Interesting. Callum Wilson came off the bench, ex-AFC Bournemouth striker, currently of Newcastle United, banging in the goals for ex-Bournemouth manager Eddie Howe there. He came off the bench for an injured Harry Kane and got an assist. I tell you what, the old Callum Wilson would have gone for goal. But he, unselfish. He laid it on a plate for Jack Grealish, and Jack Grealish got his first goal of the tournament.
I think what Callum did there was an example of what good team players do, which is you realise that he probably, he may have scored, he may not have scored. It was the arrow was angling. He saw Grealish and he passed. And I'm glad, what Grealish did the other day or a few weeks ago with the kid with cerebral palsy, and then did the celebration for him.
Yeah.
I've changed my mind about Jack Grealish. I think the guy has class, and the way he celebrated was really good. So yeah, I'm pleased for Jack Grealish. I'm pleased that Callum Wilson also is realizing, as a goal scorer, you also, you get something from giving assists, and I think that's really important in the game. So I'm pleased for Callum. I'm pleased. What's pretty amazing is to see how many AFC Bournemouth players, former and present, are now playing for national teams, right? I mean, Ramsdale and Ake. I mean, who would have thought Bournemouth would have had all these players playing for national teams in a World Cup? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see Ramsdale in this team as well, to be honest with you. I think I'm not surprised. I said this in the first game that Jordan Pickford is in goal for England. He's always been the favourite. He's always been the go-to man for Gareth Southgate. But Aaron Ramsdale's playing in the team at the top of the Premier League. I mean, he's got to have been close to being number one, surely.
Surely, and if Pickford gives up a goal like the Americans gave up in, what was it, the last time we played, there was a tie. And the ball, the ball came in front of the goalkeeper. Yeah, and if Pickford does that, then Aaron Ramsdale will be in goal on Tuesday. And we'd all be happy, right?
Yeah, I mean, Pickford still conceded 2 goals. I think we know the penalty was a a bit controversial. And if that's a penalty, you're not understanding why the Harry Maguire pull down earlier in the game when the defender's not even looking at the ball's not a goal. But we've been there. We know as Bournemouth fans, David, how frustrating VAR can be. But he still conceded 2 goals. He did make a really good save actually when Iran did originally score.
I will say, I think VAR actually is better in this World Cup than I'm going to go against the normal thing. I think, for example, I think the automated offside thing, which I think is good. I think that's the way it needs to work, right? Which is you need to have the angles and it needs to be a quick decision. And the problem is when there's inconsistency. That's the problem. And the penalty decisions are still very inconsistent.
I think that's when I first remember it actually working was the first tournament, which was Russia 2018, and I didn't see any real problems. It's since then, but I think doesn't it quite happen, David, when you get technology like that, you want to tinker with it because you think you can make it even better, and maybe it is the tinkering. It's too involved for me. I think it needs to be limited, and the things that come into play that sort of get under people's skins are things that are still going to be to one person different to another, and that will never change.
Yeah, but you have to have the consistency. I mean, if everybody knows what the rules are and everybody abides by the rules and they can get the consistency right, then I think it will work. The problem comes when there's inconsistency. But I thought, there's some other things that I like. I like the fact that they're playing extra minutes for all the time wasting. We're actually seeing how much time gets wasted. But, and I think the idea that you should see 90 minutes of actual play time rather than players ringing on that is a good thing. And I think FIFA needs to be congratulated. It's the only thing FIFA needs to be congratulated for. Man, pretty much everything else they've kind of, I mean, the president of FIFA's speech the other day was like mind-blowing. I was just like, really?
It was an extra long watch along though versus Iran. We had 24 minutes injury time. It was quite ridiculous. That must go down in a record.
Right, but the thing is, then that's the players need to learn that the time is going to get added on, and all their time wasting isn't going to make a difference, right? And what's his name? The Brentford manager. Can you imagine what he'd be like with looking at his watch?
Definitely. The players are coming out the tunnel in Qatar.
Yeah,
It's going to be England versus USA in round 2 of the fixtures in Group B. They're just about to set up the national anthems. As we do that, David, let's get your thoughts on this game then in regards to a score prediction. What you're looking for up to half-time and full-time?
I'm hoping the US can sneak it. I'm hoping, but if I had to, let's go for 2-2. We'll go for a draw. Final score. 2-2.
I know, like you said, I think even if you get a draw, I mean, you know what the target is next time round is you just got to beat Iran. I mean, that's it.
Except that if we were to beat England, we probably only need a draw against Iran, right? So, I don't know. I mean, if the US is to win it, I think it'll be like 1-0. I think it'll be, England are getting frustrated. They throw people forward and we get a goal on the counter attack. But I think, honestly speaking, England's probably looking, I hate to say it, but if England can get through this stage, the way they're playing right now, they could go all the way. I mean, but it's hard because once you get into the playoffs, it's a one-off game, right? So you have a bad game, you're out. So who knows? We'll see.
Brilliant. Well, David, I'm going to let you sit back and relax and watch the game. You are welcome to give us your thoughts at the end of this game if you wish to, but try and enjoy yourself. Obviously, we're in the red and white corner, I suppose, for England, and you're also in the other corner for America. So, yeah.
I mean, as I said, if the US goes out at some point, England would obviously be the team that I would want to win it. But and realistically, the US is not ready to win it right now. I mean, there's people that I ever hear, oh, we're the best in the. It's like, no, this is the one sport we're not the best in the world at. Now, if it was American football, we would say we would have a chance, but it's not. So
brilliant. We'll see. Well, we might see you later on. You're quite welcome to come and give us your thoughts and enjoy the game.
I will enjoy it, guys. Bye.
Catch you later, David. Okay, so do subscribe if you're new to the channel. Hit the like button as well. Use the interactive chat. It's there for you, just like Sammy Nell has done. Good evening, Sammy. Hope you're well. And anyone else who's joined us, as I said, we've got a lot of followers, a lot of subscribers to Cherries Red Army from both England and the USA. So this is an interesting game. For one game, maybe for one night only, we'll put Bournemouth aside and we'll support our international team. But after that, we'll be back on the trail with Bournemouth, collecting together. We still need a new manager, of course. And then we need to attempt to stay in the Premier League. Teams are preparing for kickoff. We are not too far away. As I said, those lineups unchanged for England. Pickford, Shaw, Stones, Maguire, Trippier. Very good game for Trippier, especially in the first 60 minutes against Iran. Declan Rice, Bellingham got his first goal for England. Mason Mount, Saka, Sterling. Harry Kane is fit. USA is Turner, Dest, Zimmerman, Ream, Robinson, Musa, Adams, McKennie, Pulisic, Weah, and Wright. So America, they got some good technical players in there. They've got players that would have seen some of our Premier League players and played against each other. So they'll know enough about us. But have they got enough in the bank in regards to energy and fitness? Because I felt like they ran out of steam against Wales. I really did. But we've got to be careful. Gareth Southgate is looking to approach this with a back four, which I like to see. Mark Cole's already joining us as well with a 2-1. Yeah, and that's going to be my score prediction. Don't think I've handed it out yet, but I am going for a 3-1 to England, which would confirm qualification for the Three Lions. And that would put us into the knockout stage where the big money happens and the big business. But long way to go yet so far in this tournament. Team lineups are being shown on the screen. You're joining us on YouTube. Use that interactive chat. If you're frustrated or you're happy, stick it in there. We'll show your comments on the screen. Also showing the bench, a very good bench for England. You've got Ramsdale in there, Grealish, who got his goal against Iran. Rashford, first goal as well. First touch goal, shall I say, in that 6-2 win against Iran. And USA looking to upset the odds. We have our first USA fan in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, USA. Interesting game. Aaron Kaye also going for a 2-1. USA in blue this evening then. They are in a huddle, gathering their thoughts, feeling positive. Maybe nothing to lose. Maybe underdogs. 21 goals for Christian Pulisic in 53 USA appearances. I'm sure he'll want to stick one away for them. Saka got 2 against Iran. He's in form. And England are feeling positive. Game is about to kick off. England in white will be kicking off from right to left. Left to right for England, and USA will be kicking off. Well, they'll be watching England kick off right to left. Here we go. England have kicked off. We are in play, and this Group B game between England and the USA is officially started. Early touch for Jon Stones. Big crowd in Qatar for this game. Harry Maguire has recovered from his injury. He went off in that Iran game. Built a little bit of confidence in that game. He was very, very good from set pieces for England. Potentially him and Stones were at fault for the first goal that Iran scored. But we'd already done enough by that stage to seal the match. Although Pickford probably would have wanted a clean sheet. It's the first throw-in. Raheem Sterling, not in form for Chelsea. Hasn't scored since September. But always likes a goal for Gareth Southgate. Always does really well for Gareth Southgate. Luke Shaw takes the throw in, gets it back. USA get their first touch. Interception by Adams. Down the right-hand side. Getting early touches in, looking to play through right. Thought he was offside. Went through to Pickford. Linesman kept his flag down. Ball's in the air. Harry Kane looks to win the first challenge. Harry Kane is fit for this game. Slight concern with his ankle. Has ankle injuries before, quite serious ones. Apparently it was an ankle. It was a foot injury rather than an ankle injury. So always a concern for England fans. You have got Callum Wilson on the bench, Marcus Rashford. But this team will be built around Harry Kane and his goals if we're going to win this tournament. Early free kick for USA on the halfway line. 2 minutes into this game. USA trying to upset the odds. Tim Ream, intercepted by Jude Bellingham, scored his first goal for England. The first goal in that game, round one game against Iran. Back with a keeper. USA on attack down the right-hand side. Intercepted by Maguire. No nonsense. Kick it out of play. Earlier on today, Wales took on Iran in what was a key game, really. And with Wales having to play England next, it was quite important that they won that game, but they didn't. They lost 2-0 to Iran. Hennessy was sent off. Late goals for Iran. Chris Mepham worked hard. Kiefer Moore didn't get good enough service. And Wales are up against it, trying to qualify in Group B. This game, though, is England versus USA. Raheem Sterling on the ball, inside England's half, trying to keep possession. Wriggles out of possession. Bellingham gets the rebound, trying to play it through. Doesn't reach Harry Kane. Again, Declan Rice this time tries to find Harry Kane. Doesn't quite happen. Centre of the park. Neither team gaining massive advantage with the ball at the moment. Throw in down the left will be an England throw. Deep into Trippier. Half. Good performance from Trippier. Last time out gives England lots of really good overlaps. Big fullback for England. Raheem Sterling. Jordan Pickford gets his first touch in this game. Most of his possession against Iran before they scored their first goal was with his feet. He'll have a lot more to do with his hands later on in this tournament. But Jordan Pickford, goalkeeper, number one for Everton, conceded 3 goals on that last game against Bournemouth in the Premier League. But always a favourite with Gareth Southgate. I'd like to see Ramsdale in goal for England, but it's Jordan Pickford at the moment. Harry Maguire. Slow possession at the moment. Both teams trying to work their way into the game. 5 minutes gone. Luke Shaw in possession. Got an assist for Jude Bellingham's goal in that 6-2 win. John Stones. England with deep possession in their half at the moment. Touches for Stones and Maguire. Stones, Bellingham. Tempo quite steady. Not a lot of tempo in this game at the moment. Given away by Maguire. Trying to find Luke Shaw. Poor possession given away. And when England's at its best, it's when it's working through the lines with pace, getting Bellingham in positive areas, getting Sterling behind the back four of USA, getting Harry Kane with space near the box. And that's going to be England's best chance to do well in this game. USA. Trying to come out left to Robinson. Going backwards. Intercepted by Mount. And inadvertently come off the USA player and went out for an England throw. We hope you've had a good week. It's a Friday night in England. We want a positive England result if you're an England fan going into the weekend, which would equal qualification into the knockout stages. Would also give an opportunity for Gareth Southgate to really mix this side up and get more appearances into the team. USA. Tim Ream at the back, coming out left to Robinson. Looking for a short pass. Pulisic gets his first touch. Into midfield. USA still in possession. Back with Robinson. Adams, captain of the USA. Tim Ream getting a lot of touches. Most possession going to the defenders of both teams at the moment. No early chances in this game. Possession given away by USA down England's right-hand side. Kieran Trippier is getting enough of the ball at the moment, but only throw-ins. We want Kieran Trippier in positive areas in the final third because we know he's got a sweet right foot. Harry Kane, fit. Ankle okay, foot okay. Need Harry Kane to get off the mark, score a goal. England in white, USA in blue. England on 3 points in Group B. USA draw against Wales means they're on 1 point. Next fixtures to come on Tuesday. Definitely for England. Maybe the same for USA. They're likely to probably kick off at the same time, being the last group game. So it's going to be another throw-in for Kieran Trippier. This time it's actually in the final third, so it might be a long throw. It's not far offline with the 18-yard box of the USA. Goes short, though. Jude Bellingham been tackled quite hard there. Has gone down, holding the knee. Might be impact. Looks like he'll be all right. Was impact. Picked himself up. Strong lad, Jude Bellingham. England in possession. No break of play. Remember, lots of injury time has been played in this World Cup because we're trying to make the most of the time. Here's a chance. Jude Bellingham putting through Saka. Squares it again. Harry Kane. All blocked by the USA defender. Deflected it wide past the left-hand post. And that's Harry Kane's first big chance in this World Cup. Keeper probably would have saved it. Pulled back by Saka. Harry Kane almost went through the legs, but deflected off Zimmerman, went wide, and that would have been Harry Kane's first shot on target in this tournament. England's first corner kick in this game. Crossed in. John Stones looking for the header. Doesn't quite connect with it. Harry Maguire trying to keep it alive. Does keep it alive. Keeps it in. Travels into the box. Keeps travelling. And then it's a long shot. Harry Maguire dribbling like he's Anthony. Couldn't quite find the final third pass to uncut that USA defence. Was probably getting a bit dizzy as he got closer to the 6-yard box. Half cleared. Mason Mount with the strike. Well over. And England register a few chances. Neither hitting the target, though. Looking for an England win in the chat with this latest comment. "11 minutes gone in this World Cup Group B game between England and USA. Pickford to Harry Maguire. Back in possession. Back four of both teams in this game. Very similar formation setups. Luke Shaw down the left. Looks for Sterling. Gives possession away. Will be an England throw though. Luke Shaw goes backwards. It's happened a lot at the moment in this game. Very easy for both teams to play back to the defenders. Declan Rice in possession. Switch of play. Out to the left now with Luke Shaw. Sterling. Trying to wriggle away from his marker. Keeps the ball. Harry Kane comes short. Gives it away. Robinson intercepted. Possession given away by both teams in this spell. Jude Bellingham trying to travel. USA in possession. And they've just given it away. Sterling. Luke Shaw on the attack. Mason Mount down the left. Luke Shaw's ahead of him. Mason Mount looks for options. Raheem Sterling. Out right now to Kieran Trippier. John Stones. Luke Shaw keeping the ball moving. Declan Rice. The ball's moving well for England at the moment. We're not quite going anywhere, but we'll keep it going. Jude Bellingham back out right. Trippier. Now Saka's found space in the box. Right footed. Try to cross again. Harry Kane looked to go for the overhead kick. Headed away. No foul given. England back in possession. This is a good spell for England. Finally keeping the ball. Luke Shaw. Looking for options. There's a few banks of defenders at the moment in front of them. John Stones. Saka now down the right again. Keeping possession. It's a long period here that England have kept possession. Given away though. And it's now in the hands of the USA goalkeeper. He'll probably want to take his time, Turner. Give his team a breather because England were building momentum then. Really were building momentum. He throws it out to Robinson down the left-hand side. Turns back. Goes back to Ream. Possession-based football so far in this game. USA over the halfway line. Keeping possession now this time. Tim Ream. Tim Ream for the USA. USA in the attack. Intercepted by England and Harry Maguire. Straight forward for Harry Kane. Saka. England on the move again. Luke Shaw on the ball. Static movement though in front of him. John Stones gets his head up. Looks for a straight pass. Picks up Saka in space. 1-2 with Sterling. England on their way. Down the left-hand side with Luke Shaw. Looking to drive in the box. Looks for a little cute pass to Sterling who gives it back to him again. Luke Shaw looking for a 1-2. Right-footed cross though. Too direct, too straight. Straight into Turner's hands. And USA on an early attack here. Counter-attack. Straight from the keeper. Pulisic down the left-hand side now. Fronting up. Trippier. Cutting inside. Only about 6 USA men in the half at the moment. Crossing the box. Header by Weah, I think. Potentially. And it is wide. But that is their first chance. It was a quick throw from the goalkeeper. They worked themselves down the left-hand side. Pulisic decided to then cut inside and rotate it to the right. Ball in the box. Tough header. Would have had to have got a lot of power and turn on the neck muscles but it was well wide in the end. Now 16 minutes on the clock. It's England 0, USA 0. Pickford goes long. Got a good kick on him, Pickford. Harry Kane wins the header. Sterling looked for the flick on. Good header by Zimmerman, though, back to his goalkeeper. Calm defending. And USA are back in possession. In blue, kicking from right to left. Anton Robinson having a little bit of success down this left-hand side. Not a lot of support, though. Foul on Bellingham on the halfway line. Took a while to get going for England against Iran. There was that massive break in play because of the injury to the goalkeeper. But once England did get going, the chances came, the goals flowed, and England got points on the board. And they'll want to start creating more chances very soon in this game to go ahead at half-time. It then ask the opposition of USA and need them to attack England at some point. And that only creates more space and opportunities for England then to attack more, just like against Iran. And really seal the game. A long way off that at the moment, though. Harry Maguire. Only 4 games for Manchester United in the Premier League this season. But Southgate does go with players generally who have done him well in the past. Although it's good to see that he's currently playing a back 4 because he also likes a back 3. We'll see if that comes later in the tournament. Kieran Trippier. Not quite getting Trippier in areas that can hurt at the moment. Declan Rice. Trippier gives the ball away, trying to play a one-touch pass. Didn't quite come off. Throw in to the USA. Robinson has it on the left-hand side in England's half. Throws it. Pulisic flicks it on. Doesn't quite find his teammate. Cleared by Harry Maguire. Harry Kane, good chest control. Holds off the defender. Tries to travel. Keeps travelling. Gives the ball to Saka. Comes off the right-hand side. Jude Bellingham. Centre of the park. Not a foul this time. Won by Pulisic. He's got 4 men around him. Passed his way out of that one. Space over on the right. USA travelling down the right now. Cross coming in very soon. Blocked by Declan Rice. Given away by England again, though. Sloppy possession. Pulisic. USA on the attack. Back outside on the right-hand side. Cross coming in. Deep. Pickford covers. Easy catch. All the USA players had gone near post or central. The cross went quite deep. Easy for Pickford to deal with. No pressure on him. Wanted a quick throw. No one was interested. And we are 20 minutes into this evening's game in Qatar. There are some Bournemouth fans out in Qatar watching this tournament. Big shout out to one of our monthly members who I definitely know is there, in Mark Jackson. He is with friends. So massive shout out to him, supports the channel. Jude Bellingham. Given away. Pulisic flicked over the top. Too much. Runs through to the goalkeeper. Quick throw. Saka now in possession. Gives it away. Returns it though. Retains possession. Harry Kane. Quite deep at the moment, Harry Kane. He does like to drop off nowadays in his career. Get involved. The best part of Harry Kane's attributes are being close to goal and getting shots away. So that's where we're going to want him. John Stones though. England in possession. Tempo dropped off again, just like it did in the first 10 minutes. Harry Maguire. Luke Shaw down the left. Closed off. Back to Harry Maguire. Just lacking that little bit of creativity for England at the moment. Players in this team that can do it. Kieran Trippier gets the ball, goes back to where it come from. Declan Rice, John Stones, Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire pointing. Very, very slow play at the moment from England. Controlled. I'll have a look at the stats in a moment, see how much possession England and both teams have had. It will be probably leaning towards England at the moment. And as I speak, possession is given away by Mason Mount, whose position is potentially under threat from Phil Foden, who we'll likely see later on in this game. A real talent, been doing very well for Manchester City this season, something like seven goals, and can play through the middle. Mainly plays off the wing for Manchester City, but he can do a job through the middle. So, you know, I do wonder if Mason Mount's performances don't improve massively, whether his position will be under threat. "22 minutes gone in this first half. John Stones in possession, looking to play it through. Finds Jude Bellingham. Trippier, good control. It was a tough pass, fizzed into him. Keeps it though, gives it away. When he does try to find the final pass, Trippier's frustrated today. He's not getting himself into the game where he wants to, but England are out on the left now with Raheem Sterling, running at the USA defence. Didn't quite have the ball where he wanted it. Retained possession by Declan Rice, though. Harry Maguire getting lots of touches in this game. England down the right. Saka, 2-goal hero against Iran. Tries to keep the ball in. Fails, and it's a throw-in, which Robinson will take for America. It's 66% possession at the moment to England against USA 34. 3 shots for England, 0 on target. There was that rebound block from the Harry Kane chance, and 1 shot from USA, none on target. That'll be the header. It was a tough chance for them. 1 corner kick at the moment for England, 0 to USA. So England just edging this at the moment. 144 passes to 69. No one really creating that really good chance to take the lead in this game. USA might be happy to go into the halftime break drawing. Maybe they'll be very happy with a draw, knowing what they'll need to do against Iran. But they're on the attack here. They'll also take a win. They'll snap and grab that. Outside the box with USA. Down the right. Musa getting his head up. Trying to find an opportunity to cross. England numbers around him though. Feeds it through. Now the fullback gets involved. He doesn't cross. Now it's definitely going to come in. And that will be USA's best chance of the game. Crossed in, quite low, went through. McKennie was probably 8-9 yards out, quite central, half volley, over the bar. Didn't hit the target. That went through 4 England players. And it met McKennie, and he'll be disappointed. I mean, you want to hit the target in that scenario. And that's their first big chance of the game. In the 25th minute. Play underway again, though, with Robinson battling with Saka. Good little battle down there at the moment. Saka wins the latest one. Robinson frustrated, throwing the ball away, thought it might have been his possession. England early throwing, going backwards, though, to John Stones. Declan Rice quite deep, protecting the 2 centre-backs. Goes short, Harry Maguire. The switch is on again. Good switch by Harry Maguire. Tries to find Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw just about kept it in with his head. Couldn't control it though. Given away, throw into USA. That would have been a good switch by Harry Maguire. Just didn't. It had a bit too much on it. It wanted to be a little bit less, and Luke Shaw would have been able to control that on his chest and bring it down. A couple of them that Harry Maguire's had at the moment. Just showing the chance again for the USA. The cross in quite low. 3 or 4 players missed it. McKennie ran onto it. Free kick in the centre of the park. Do appreciate anyone joining us for this latest watch along as Trippier fouls Robinson. Do hit the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. If any of our Bournemouth American friends are joining us, hope you are all well. We appreciate your support. This is a bit of fun, isn't it, really? From a Bournemouth fan point of view, maybe a draw would be a nice, fair result all round. But if you want to be selfish, both teams are obviously going to want 3 points, which would secure England's qualification to the knockouts. USA, though, trying to stop that happening. Pulisic. Robinson left. Feeds it through. Possession kept just about. Not looking to cross the ball into the box yet. Long shot coming in. Good block. And then ended up going through to Pickford quite softly in the end. It was a good block by Declan Rice. Just hit the underside of his thigh. It was a shot from Musa. Pickford, easy save. We'd love to know how many touches Harry Maguire and John Stones have had in the 66% possession that England have controlled this game so far. John Stones on the ball. Can England just ramp up that tempo for about 10 minutes and really force the Americans back? Declan Rice decides it's about time to go forward. Luke Shaw got a good cross on him. Great feed through. Poor touch from Mason Mount. Goalkeeper retrieves it. And this is what I'm talking about, Mason Mount. He's not hitting the numbers he was for Chelsea last season. I know Chelsea aren't hitting their numbers that they want to achieve, but Mason Mount really needs to up his game if he wants to stay in this team as this tournament goes into the latter stages. Because Phil Foden, he'd be biting at the bit. He wants it. I want Phil Foden now in the team, but let's see. USA. USA in possession. Trying to get through. A foul by England. No booking, I don't think. Good little flick by Pulisic. "15 minutes left in this first half between England and USA in World Cup Group B. Wales drew earlier on. Sorry, they lost earlier on, shall I say, against Iran 2-0. Wales drew to USA in the first round of games. And that's put a massive dent in Wales's chances of progressing further in this latest tournament. For England fans, as long as Kiefer Moore and Chris Mepham come back uninjured, fit, and they've had an experience, Bournemouth fans will be happy. I actually thought Chris Mepham had another good game up to the point where Iran scored. There's a free kick for England on the halfway line here, given away by Tyler Adams. Alan's commented in the chat. Do use the chat. Agreed. Mount not doing much. No, not doing enough for me. And Mason Mount is on the floor at the moment. Down the right-hand side, Kieran Trippier with space this time. Flicks it in. Headed away by Zimmerman. Gathered again by Trippier. Goes back to John Stones. Retains possession. Back in England's half. 1-2s with Harry Maguire. Back to Pickford. All the way back for England. Going long. The switch is on down this left. Looking for Sterling. Headed. Mason Mount battling away again in the middle of the park. Gives away possession again. And gets turned. USA on the attack. Declan Rice trying to stop him in his tracks. Down the right. Luke Shaw's side. Musa again outside the box. Doesn't shoot this time. Pulisic to the left. Inside the box. Left-footed strike. He's hit the bar. Pickford's having a good look at it. And that's another let-off for England. Top of the bar. So it has gone out for a goal kick by the look of it. And USA are showing more promise in this last 5 or 6 minutes. Pulisic just inside the box. Tucked it to his left off his right. Got his shot away. Pickford may have got a fingernail to it. Referee doesn't think so. Slow motion pictures. Maybe he got a touch to it. I don't think the outcome would have changed because the ball did hit the top of the bar. So it probably would have hit the bar directly. But that was a chance for the USA. They fancy their chances at the moment. Back underway. There was a foul there on Harry Kane. A nudge from the back as Harry Kane went up for the header. As he come down, landed quite awkwardly. Holding his back, lower back at the moment. Looks like he'd be fine. But it is a free kick to England. So it's central. It's about 40 yards out. Too far out for a strike directly at goal. But it's an awkward position. It's quite central. So you've either got to go right to left and sort of take it away from the goalkeeper to the edge of the 6-yard box. If you go too straight, it may just go completely through and be easy for the goalkeeper to collect. There's 4 England players around the ball at the moment. You've got Kieran Trippier, you've got Luke Shaw, you've got Saka, you've got Mount. It's definitely too far out to strike. It's short. Saka, Shaw, Trippier. And he does do exactly what I thought, which was cross it in right to left, away from the goalie, going towards the left of the 6-yard box. Defended by USA, though. Luke Shaw in possession. Harry Maguire still quite far up the pitch. Declan Rice gathers. Trippier, the furthest England man back. Still is in possession, playing as a centre-back at the moment. John Stones has switched with him. John Stones is currently right back. Not quite the marauding right back that we want right now. Kieran Trippier has stayed exactly where he is. He's playing alongside Harry Maguire until the play changes. Then he'll change his formation. But at the moment, John Stones is fancying himself as the next Kieran Trippier. He has stayed out on the right. He's now running back. They've now switched. He did have a moment where he fancied a little bit of a run. Pickford didn't fancy it though. Called him back. And John Stones is in possession. Kieran Trippier going back to Harry Maguire. Lots of touches for the England centre-backs in this half. Possession changed in the last 10 minutes. It's now 61% possession to England, 39% to the USA. We'll get some player touches for you in a moment because that'll be really interesting to see. England in USA's half. Ball's bouncing around, pinging around. Luke Shaw's in there. Left back for England. In the box, Mason Mount. Poor cross from Mason Mount. Straight through to Turner. He's gone long. He's gone for another quick kick and he's actually caught Pulisic here. One-on-one with Jon Stones, who's dealt with it. So England have had 61% possession. Touches for Harry Maguire, 40 in this first half. 40 touches for Harry Maguire. And touches for... See if I can get them for you in a moment. And 44 for Jon Stones. Lots and lots of touches for the centre-back of England. And when you compare that to someone like Mason Mount, who's meant to be one of England's technical, attacking a player that we're looking to thread balls through to open moments, create moments. He's only had 18 touches so far, Mason Mount, in this game. That's what needs to change at the moment, with 9 minutes plus injury time in this first half, is taking the possession away from the centre-backs and getting it further up the pitch. Free kick to England, deep in England's half. An innocuous handball by Pulisic, but referee's given it. England will take it. If you're watching the game, what's your thoughts so far? Because you might be watching this stream alongside the game on TV. How are you feeling at the moment in this fixture? Are you on the side of USA? Are you on the side of England? No goals. England 0, USA 0. Harry Maguire has his 43rd touch in this first half. Adams breaking away. Mason Mount wins the ball but gives away a throw-in. At half-time, we will break for a little break, enable me to get a drink. We'll get reaction after the game. We'll see, maybe David will come back on, and we also might get an England fan in this stream as well. It's going to be a throw-in for the USA though. Down the right. Long throw coming in. Harry Maguire attacks it. Both centre-backs attack it. Wins the header. Only goes up in the air though. Still in the box. John Stones just about gets a foot on it. And it's out for a USA corner. And another comment coming in from Alan. Painfully slow build-up from England. Definitely is. And that's apparent with the touches that we talked about for Harry Maguire and John Stones at the moment. Will be the first corner kick for the USA. What can they make of it? Comes in. Harry Maguire, big head. Big header from Harry Maguire. Gets some good distance on it. And it ends up with a free kick to England before the halfway line. A foul on Raheem Sterling. Hit the like button if you're watching this stream. Really appreciate that. Please do hit the like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel. In the main, we do talk about Bournemouth most of the season. But at the moment, we are on this World Cup stream for England versus USA. 6 minutes to go in this first half. USA gaining back possession. Closing that gap that was from 66% to England to 61%. So they're getting themselves in this fixture. England under pressure here. Harry Maguire's been pulled out of position slightly. Nothing came of it. Here goes Saka. Declan Rice tries to travel. England trying to move something in attack. Harry Kane's quite deep. Mason Mount's wide. Saka's in possession again. There's space out left if he sees it. Does see it. Poor pass though to very poor pass to Bellingham because it went to a USA player. And that's been England's first half so far. Apart from the Harry Kane chance early doors, there's not been a lot else. USA have hit the bar and they've had a few half chances. Throw into the USA. Well played down the right from them as well, as they're now entering the box. One-on-one with Harry Maguire. Tries to sort of trick him. Thought he was going right, ended up going left, got a shot away. Harry Maguire just about kept himself together, got a block on it. And it might be a second corner for the USA. Yeah, Harry Maguire just about kept himself in that and got a good right foot block on it in the end. But it will be a second corner. It might be Pulisic that will take this one this time. And England have got to defend this. England go 1-0 down. There'll be one hell of a challenge to break that USA defence down. Crossed in. Another good header by Maguire. Just like the first corner. Strong header away. And to be fair, Harry Maguire is playing well in this fixture. Tyler Adams gives the ball to Tim Ream. Ream again to Zimmerman. 1-2 short. Pulisic. Crossed in. Header. Again, it was a tough header. He had to do a lot on it, Pulisic. It was behind him. Not only did he have to twist his neck muscles, he had to get power on it as well. That was not an easy chance. Pickford watched it go wide. It actually come off his shoulder. Yeah, come off his shoulder. Turned everything in his head and his neck. Got no connection from that. And Pulisic pulls a facial expression, disappointed by the looks of it. 42 minutes gone. 3 minutes till half time. 3 attempts at goal for England, 0 on target. 6 attempts for the USA. 1 on target. That was the crossbar that was hit by Pulisic from his left foot shot. Here's Sterling though. Bellingham. Luke Shaw. Deep. Easy catch for the goalkeeper. Turner. Quick throw again. He's done that a few times in this first half, Turner. Looking for the quick throw. England with the throw-in with Trippier. Not doing enough in this game for Trippier at the moment. One of our very, very good fullbacks. Luke Shaw, to be fair, got an assist against Iran and he's got a good left foot on him. But Trippier's having a very good season for Newcastle. Marauding fullback, but not at the moment. Here comes Bellingham, though. He's got in behind. Crosses it. Good cross. Harry Kane sort of didn't react to it. Didn't think it was coming in that quickly and that early. Luke Shaw, though, travelling in the box. Chance. Saka. High and over. Cut back by Luke Shaw. Went really high. Again, it was sort of behind him as Saka came in from the right. A lot of work to do. Good pullback. But he had already got his body in front of the ball, so he was almost trying to shoot from behind. And in the end, didn't get a good connection, and that was up and over. So another chance added to the board for England. It's another chance where the target has not been hit. Sure, try and get another assist in this tournament. Not many stoppages in this game. Only leads to 1 injury time minute. You won't see that often in this tournament because, as we've spoken about, they do want to make sure that any time wasting, substitutions, every minute's been taken into account. Mason Mount here. Shot! That's better from Mason Mount. Played through by Raheem Sterling. Low to the right. Turner saved it. Goes out for an England corner. And that's England's best chance in this first half. And it comes right at the end. In the first minute of injury time. Mason Mount down low. And that's the best thing he's done all game. And that was nearly England 1, USA 0. A late corner in this first half then. England might have time to take it. Just about. Kieran Trippier just adjusting his socks. Going to whip it in. It'll be the last action of this first half. Whips it in. Too close to Turner. Seen that one before. He's gathered it. And this game is going to go in at half-time, 0-0. As we go into half-time, welcome Morgan Scott to the stream. We need to change it, I think, at half-time. Potentially, Morgan, potentially. And that is half-time, though. Half-time. What we will do is we'll just take a very, very, very quick break. We've got a England fan backstage ready to give us his thoughts in this first half. Do hit the like button, subscribe. We will take a look at those stats. That England probably just about dominated in possession if they kept that on their side. But one chance each for both teams, one on target. We'll talk about it more in a moment, and we'll also get the second half. So stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We will be back very soon. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Welcome up stream. It's World Cup Group B. England 0, USA 0. Right, let's get some halftime reaction. Not any goals, but let's see what an England fan has to say. It's Cherries Red Army, very own Aaron Kaye. How are you, mate? I don't know why you're on mute, but I can't hear you. There we go. Can I hear you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, it's a bit muted, just a bit like our performance so far, in my opinion.
I was going to say, that's schoolboy error from you. You've done enough of these streams now. You shouldn't be falling into the mute trap. 62% possession to England, about 50 touches for John Stones, 50 touches for Harry Maguire. Yeah, that's probably where our issues have come, because we've not got in the positive areas enough. We've not been quick enough with the ball, and the one chance through Mason Mount right at the end of that first half.
Oh, Mount was playing, was he? Oh, I didn't realise. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a bit laboured, isn't it? Look, we've seen this with Bournemouth enough times, and you're playing against a team with a low block. I think USA, for them, a draw would be excellent, because I think they would fancy themselves against Iran in the last game, although Iran did play well today. But I think USA, a draw against England would be brilliant, and then they'll beat Iran and qualify. So for them, they're looking at sitting deep, and they're hitting us on a break, and they've done that numerous times, actually. So they've had some really good chances, and they do look more dangerous than us going forward. Yeah, it's just a bit laboured. I think what they have done is exposed our defensive frailties. I think, the fact Iran scored twice against us highlighted that already. We know where our problems lie, and certainly at the back. I think, I was thinking, when they cut us open a few times in that half, if that had been a decent team, like France or Brazil or someone, they'd be getting hatfuls. So that's for later in the tournament, hopefully. So, but yeah, it's just a bit slow. I think, we're crying out for someone with, someone with a bit of creativity, a bit of guile who can unlock a defense. If only we had a couple of those players on the bench, who currently play for teams near the top of the table.
And looking at the England team, I think we go deeper in this competition. I think we'll have more defenders on this pitch, but that might be for what might happen in a few weeks' time. Looking at the fullbacks we have, though, you're looking at Kieran Trippier, who's having a very good season with Newcastle and quite marauding at times. And I think he struggled to really get himself into this game from an attacking point of view. In fact, I think probably Luke Shaw's been the most offensive fullback, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. I think, Trippier, I've been massively impressed with him this season. I think he deserves a spot as the starting right back. But yeah, he hasn't had a great game. He's been quite loose in possession, cheap, giving the ball away a couple of times, and as you say, hasn't really gotten those positions where we know he can deliver. So yeah, especially with Saka kind of cutting in on his left, you expect Trips to be bombing down that right hand side, which hasn't happened. To be fair to America, they've done a good job. They're very compact. We are basically playing Fulham's left side of the defence. So, I think Saka should just kind of close his eyes, imagine he's at the Emirates and playing Fulham at home, because that's Robinson and Ream on the left side of their defence. But no, they're doing well. America are doing well. They've got lots of energy. We knew that from the first half against Wales. And they are causing us problems. I'm not concerned at this moment in time. I'm not concerned about getting out of the group, whatever happens today. But I'm already seeing signs that could be a problem further down the line. And as we said, in previous tournaments, we will get through this group, obviously, one way or the other. But if we get into a knockout and get knocked out of a tournament with the likes of Foden, Grealish, I know Maddison's injured, but Foden, Grealish, Rashford sat on the bench, it's going to be another tournament of regret for me. And I just can't see how Foden doesn't get in this team. For me, ahead of Mount, probably at the moment. Maddison, if he was fit, would have a massive shout as well. But for me, no real problem. I think the defence, you can argue about, White should play. He's playing for the top of the table Arsenal or what have you. But parking the defence aside, if Phil Foden can't get in this team, and he didn't get in the team much in the Euros, history repeating itself. Gareth's got to put him on the pitch. Otherwise, Gareth's going to regret another tournament.
Yeah, I do agree. I really like Phil Foden. I know he normally plays off the wide side for Man City, but he came off the bench against Iran, and I thought he was very effective, even though the game was sort of gone. Mount's not picking up the numbers this season. I know that people can comment that club football's different, and even the likes of Sterling have not been performing this year for Chelsea. But he got a goal against Iran, fair enough. But I think Foden should be in this team. I just can't understand how he doesn't get in this team. And I do agree with you. I think if a fully fit James Maddison is available, I also think he's ahead of Mount. But I think we've seen enough of Gareth Southgate over 3 tournaments now to know that he is going to go with the players.
Mount will be in this team all the way through. Sterling will as well. I think Sterling, actually, to be fair, has done okay. Obviously, done well last game, and he is a threat for England. He does add that extra bit of pace. But no. We'll either win or lose this tournament with Mount in the team, Maguire in the team, and as I said, look, it's just going to be another real shame and regret if we go out, some stage of a tournament with those players like they were in the Euros and in the World Cup stuck on the bench still. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'd also might be interesting to see Rashford or Callum Wilson come on, because I just, not for Harry Kane, but I'm just saying something that they give different to Harry Kane is that explosive pace. I mean, Rashford again hasn't had a brilliant season, but he's been on form recently, and you've got to play players on form. These players are brimming with confidence. Again, going back to Mount and Sterling, they're not on form for their clubs. We're mid-season. This is different to any other World Cup. So when you're mid-season, players are right in the middle of the season on form. You got to play them. So let's see. Look, he might make changes. He might make those changes we've discussed and win the game, which is credit to him. But what will really frustrate me is if we end up not winning this game and not making certain changes, and that'll just be really frustrating. But look, there's a second half to go. A draw wouldn't be disastrous. Wouldn't be great, but it wouldn't be disastrous. I think we'd fancy ourselves to beat Wales and still top the group. But I don't think we can be. I'd like to think we couldn't be much worse than we were in the first half. We weren't terrible, but I think we'll jack it up second half, hopefully.
I think the interesting thing for me the other day with USA was that they really looked like they ran out of steam, but the tempo was a bit different. With that tempo being quite nice in that first half, I do wonder if that will help them in the second half. Morgan thinks that there potentially should be 3 changes. I mean, there's good players on the bench. We saw that against Iran. I mean, what final thoughts going into that second half that's coming up very soon? What do you think then? How long does Gareth leave it before bringing on the likes of Grealish that can be effective, the likes of Foden, Rashford's finding his form again, the player he used to be? I mean, these are players that really are buying at the bit.
Yeah, I mean, I know I said before bringing Rashford Wilson on. The only thing about this game is that to their credit, the USA are playing quite a deep line, so not having a high line, so there's not going to be huge space in behind. So you might be looking for your cleverer players like Foden and Grealish to come on. I think he can't leave it really past 60 minutes for me. Let's give it another 15 minutes. Mason Mount did pick up a good position right at the end of the half and had a shot. So let's see. He'll probably go and score a hat trick now, and I'll be delighted to eat my words. No, obviously I would. I want England to win. But no, if we're still level or worse, then after 60 minutes, I think he's got to change it up. Not radically. Saka's doing okay. I don't think you're not going to take everyone off. But maybe Foden will be the first change for me. And then possibly, could even push 2 up top, put Callum Wilson up there as well, or Rashford. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. Hopefully, look, we've seen big teams struggle in this tournament. No games are easy. USA are no pushover. This isn't a terrible performance by any stretch. It isn't. I'm just kind of I'm probably thinking a bit too far ahead of myself about prospects for the tournament, but no, so far it's fine. It's not so. It's just difficult to break these teams down. We've seen it time and time again, and hopefully one chance will come. And if it comes to someone like Harry Kane, hopefully he'll take it.
But he needs to get off the mark, doesn't he, Harry Kane? I mean, he's always going to be aiming for things like golden boots. So definitely needs to get a goal in this game. We've also got Agree Foden on now. I think Mason Mount might have got himself an extra 15 minutes of that last kick of the first half, potentially. But yeah, he needs to do a little bit more. He's not in form at the moment, Mason Mount. Did you have a score prediction before this game? And
I said 2-1.
My 3-1 looks way off.
No, I said 2-1 England. I said it was always going to be a tight game. I'll stick with 2-1. We do look like conceding a goal, actually. And as I said, with our defence and keeper, I do always fancy us to concede a goal, which is why I think we need to get all the attacking talent on the pitch, because the more defenders you have on the pitch, like we might do later on, then you're going to have less attacking players. So for me, the Eddie Howe style, the Kevin Keegan style, we're going to try and outscore the teams because we're not going to win it by keeping clean sheets. So yeah, 2-1. I'm still confident we'll win this game.
Cool. We're going to go into the second half. Cheers to get your thoughts there, Aaron. And let's see if England can maybe win this game. Enjoy the second half, mate.
I'll speak to you later.
Cheers. Bye. Thanks to anyone joining us then on this YouTube stream. We're also on YouTube, but we're also on Twitter, but YouTube is the best place to be. Do hit the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. America, USA, they're already on the pitch. They're huddled just like they were in the first half. They're huddled again for this second half. England just and now walking upstairs and they've just approached the pitch. So second half is moments away. 0 goals in this game. 1 real chance for USA. It was a crossbar hit chance from Pulisic, and then it was the Mason Mount chance for England right at the end. Good save low down by Turner. There was a Harry Kane chance early in the first half, but it was blocked by Zimmerman and went out for a corner. So it's going to be USA who kick off the second half. We have just kicked off. They're in blue. They're kicking left to right. England are in the full white kit, Three Lions. They are right to left, and USA getting their first touches in this second half. Do let us know how you're feeling as the game goes on. If you're watching it, you might be watching this alongside the game. You might just be watching this on its own. But England looking for a free kick in the middle of the park on Bellingham, not given. So that means that USA have a bit of a counter on here because Bellingham's down. They've got players over to the right. Saka's just coming back into defensive position. Just about see that out. Players back in position, but still the midfield for USA. And here's Robinson, crosses. Declan Rice heads it back where it came from. USA take an early attack in this second half. Lots of England fans want to see Phil Foden set this World Cup alight. Such a talent. Seems a bit wrong that he's on the bench, really. But he is. For how long, though? Because Gareth Southgate might need to change something at some point. England dominated possession in that first half. We spoke about it. Tempo not quite being at its best. Touches at the moment for Harry Maguire, 51. John Stones sitting there with 54 touches. And in our forward areas, Saka, only 19. Mason Mount, only 19. That's what we need to change. We need to get our attacking players in this game, in progressive areas, in areas of the pitch that can hurt. USA on the ball, at the back. Team lineups are as they were at the start. No substitutions as we speak. I will put the team lineups across the banner. Back four for both teams. 4-3-3 really. Press here by England. Cleared by the goalkeeper. Gone high. Snow on it. Comes back down. Another winner of a aerial there from Harry Maguire. He's done well there this evening, winning the aerial battles, especially from set pieces and corners. Throw into England on the halfway line. Luke Shaw got an assist against Iran. England's first goal in this tournament through Bellingham. They are looking for the first goal in this game. Into Sterling, gives it away. Also a player that struggled this evening. Kieran Trippier getting forward this time. Saka offers the overlap. Still there. Poor pass from Saka. The overlap was on. Trippier had made it. USA weren't quite expecting it, but a poor pass. The USA now on the counter after winning that possession. In the box. Looking to get a shot away. Good block by John Stones. They're still with it though. Rebounds and another shot high and over the bar by McKennie. An opportunity for England to open up USA. Gave away possession poorly. USA countered. Got 2 shots away. The second one went very high. Rose Ed almost. Even in these very tall, enormous stadiums. Jordan Pickford puts his foot through it. Straight over the halfway line. Massive kick from Jordan Pickford. Header goes in by Bellingham. Half committed. Just about got away with it. Declan Rice now. It's almost like Bellingham and Rice have switched for the moment. Bellingham keeps possession. Sterling. In areas we don't want him. John Stones. Declan Rice. England back on the ball just like they were in the first half. Kieran Trippier. Looking for a pass. Goes short for Sterling, who's off the right at the moment. Drives into the box. Didn't quite have control of the ball. Robinson popped himself inside, won it and cleared it. Didn't mess around. Back up to the halfway line. In possession for England with Harry Maguire and John Stones. Out to Trippier. Into Rice. Foul on Declan Rice to the right, just inside USA's half. What will England do with this? Will they put it in the box? It's on Kieran Trippier's side. He might just drive this. No, he goes short in the end. He did think about it. Goes to Declan Rice. Keep possession. Here we go. Bellingham. Back to Harry Maguire. I'm sure England want to win this match. Of course they do. They also don't want to lose it. And that's the tempo that we're seeing right now. Not many risks being taken. Possession given away though. Pulisic travelling over the halfway line. Just about kept it in. It is a throw in to the USA. Trippier's not quite happy about that. Does go all the way back. Poor pass this time from USA, and it's going to be a throw into England on Luke Shaw's side. Two top international sides in a World Cup tournament, and some of the possession this evening will just not be good enough for both managers. Luke Shaw goes short into Bellingham. England on the attack down the right. Saka's got time and space, driving through. Tyler Adams comes across, wins that battle. That's a good tackle, to be fair. He enjoyed it so much, he celebrated. Captain of USA. Harry Kane took the throw in. That's England's number 9 striker taking a throw in. Yet to register a goal in this tournament. Harry Maguire gives away possession. Caught upfield. USA looking for the quick counter. Fortunately, Luke Shaw recovered to save the situation. Jordan Pickford goes long. Switch on to Trippier, who's got space. Doesn't look to drive forward that quickly. Short pass. Mason Mount. Declan Rice. This move slowed down slightly in England's half with Bellingham. Not quite getting in Bellingham in areas we want to hurt at the moment. Bellingham wants a foul, not given. John Stones plays a ball through. Mason Mount now in a positive area. Miscontrols the ball. And we are surely 6, 7, 8 minutes away from needing to get a substitution on for England. Mason Mount's game is just not coming together this season. A USA player down at the moment on the halfway line. Holding his shin. We've not had many breaks in this game, which is why we only had 1 injury time minute in the first half. It was a 50-50 challenge between Luke Shaw and Weah. Nothing really there. Weah's just got hurt in the 50-50 tackle, but I think both challenges were fair. He's up now. Hobbling, trying to run it off. He'll be okay. Who will break the deadlock in Group B, Round 2 game between England and USA? Earlier on in the day, Wales lost to Iran 2-0. Kiefer Moore and Chris Mepham tried their best. Wasn't enough. Also, it was Holland Drawing with Ecuador. Valencia getting another goal in this tournament. He looks to be holding on to that knee again, though, that he injured in that first game in the tournament. Hyperextended his knee and thought that might be the end of his tournament. A lot of players normally suffer bad injuries with that. He's trying to continue. Didn't last the 90 today, though, for Ecuador. John Stones in possession. Goes short to Trippier. Saka. Declan Rice. Switch. Luke Shaw. Good control. Keeps possession. Harry Kane on the halfway line. He's just not in the areas we want him. We need Harry Kane closer to the box. I know he does this a lot for Tottenham, but he has the likes of Son and Kulusevski and Richarlison running off of him. He really needs to play on that last man. He's a number 9 striker and he's got goals in him. We just don't want him on the halfway line. It just does not make sense at all. Kieran Trippier. John Stones. Looking for options. Saka. Trippier higher up the pitch this time. Gives the ball away again, though. Looking to slip through Bellingham. A real lack of quality by England in the final third tonight. And a lack of pace. Harry Kane is in the box. Now England need to try and find something that's worth him getting on the end of. John Stones higher up. Goes for a dink of a pass. Doesn't quite make it. Wins the second ball ahead. It gives possession away, though. Pulisic picks up the ball for USA. He's going to look for a foul. Saka has given away a foul. And USA are in possession. John Stones trying to pick out Saka probably, or Trippier. He's trying to take out 4 or 5 players over the top. The pass was poor. And England are really frustrating at the moment. USA will take this. I'm sure they will. I know that means they've got to go and beat Iran. But my life, I think they'll take a 0-0 tonight against England. And stay unbeaten in this group. AFCB Fan TV. Welcome to the stream. Also going for a 3-1. Looks a way off, but really appreciate you joining us. Do let us know your thoughts in the chat. As it's England 0, USA 0. 53% possession in this second half to England. The rest being split between the mid-possession and USA. Here we go for USA, though. Coming down the right-hand side. Looks like Ware's going to try and square it. Does. Bellingham was in the right place at the right time. Cleared it. Mason Mount trying to pick up the pieces. Doesn't. Harry Kane's found himself in midfield again. USA are in possession. Again down the right-hand side. Going short. Intercepted by Sterling this time. Pressure's on. Goes back to where it came from. USA back in possession. Trying to stop England. Get any rhythm or flow. Zimmerman. Tim Ream. Drives over the halfway line. Finds Robinson. Finds Pulisic. Direct from Pulisic. And in the end, his shot got a deflection. And that will lead to USA's first corner in this second half, I think. Got a shot away. It was blocked by Declan Rice. It was positive stuff from Pulisic. He went direct. He decided to drive through with the ball. By the time he got the shot away, Declan Rice got a foot in. Pulisic is trying to get the fans in that corner excited as he leads the way in taking this corner that England need to defend. Crossed in. Back post. Good header from Harry Maguire. If Harry Maguire did not head that, there was a free header at the back post for USA. Not sure who was coming around the back, but that's another good, successful header from Harry Maguire. Oh, that might have been Zimmerman potentially, or Ream. He come round the back post. It was Zimmerman. It's a big header from Harry Maguire. Just about got enough on it, but that was a free run round the back for Zimmerman. Not sure who was meant to be marking him. Didn't follow him though. 59 minutes on the clock. It's England 0, USA 0. England haven't got going. The only chance really for them in that first half was at the end from Mason Mount. Good save low down by Turner. Harry Kane did have a chance early in the first half, but it was rebounded and out for a corner. Pulisic has hit the crossbar in the first half, and USA are applying pressure again in that corner with another corner kick. The fans of USA are in there. Pulisic looks at him again. Surprise Eddie. Same old England. We wouldn't expect anything else. Come on. Pressure being applied on Pickford in the area. Crossed in from Pulisic. It's a header by Harry Maguire again. Right on top of the goalkeeper. Gets it high. It's still in play. Pulisic's down the left. I tell you what, it's going to be another corner. This time given away by Harry Kane. And Harry Maguire is owning the aerials tonight. You can criticise him as a defender at times in his club career, but he has been very successful with the headed battles tonight. Corner again, third one in this spell for USA. Crossed in. Harry Maguire heads another ball away just outside the 6-yard box. It's still in play again, though. It's worked its way out to Pulisic again on the left. He's trying to take on Harry Kane this time. He wins it. Harry Kane keeps possession. Travels up the pitch. He's not the quickest player you've ever seen in the world, Harry Kane. Gives the ball away possession because he tries to do too much. And England can't get on the ball in this last 5 minutes. Harry Maguire's heading everything away. It's like he's got a magnet connected to his head tonight. And again, Maguire has been very, very good tonight. Very, very good. I still have concerns about Maguire against real talent, but he's done the basics tonight very, very well. USA having this possession spell at the moment. They're dominating. England struggling. England getting frustrated. We are into 61 minutes. And Gareth Southgate must surely be thinking to himself that this is not going to plan. We are not creating chances, and we're not even getting on the ball right now. Phil Foden's on the bench, can keep the ball. Jack Grealish is someone who can be effective with the ball. Marcus Rashford's got goals for Manchester United this season. Clearance by England. The ball's in the air. Sterling gives it away. Mount's trying to battle for it. Looking to get it. Gives away a free kick. And Mason Mount's night is getting more frustrating as time is going on. Gareth Southgate really needs to do something quick here. It's an interesting topic. Aaron, who we had on at half time. Is Southgate just stubborn, or does he generally think Mount is better than Foden or Grealish? He'll probably claim that something in Mount's game gives something over Foden or Grealish, and it's probably out of possession. That's where he'll probably claim is the reason why he picks Mount. It's not got to be surely on the ball. I know Mount can score goals and can get assists. He had a good season for Chelsea last season. This season, he's not doing well at all from a numbers point of view. Jack Grealish can be very effective. Jack Grealish wins fouls. He can get himself in progressive areas. He's got a nice pass on him. He can find those passes around the corner. And Phil Foden's special. There are footballers that learn to be good and train to be good, and there are footballers that are just gifted. And Foden's in that bracket. Not quite alongside Gaza, but definitely Foden is a talent and is born with that talent, and he'll only get better. So another corner for USA as we're in the 63rd minute. That's about the fourth corner in the last 10 minutes. It's going to come in again from Pulisic. Don't be surprised if Harry Maguire heads this away. This time it's too deep. Pickford's trying to get something on it. Doesn't. He actually does, because he now gives a corner away the other side.
If he had let it go, it would have gone straight out for a goal kick. But he does catch something, but it's a deep corner again. A lot of USA defenders are going towards the near post, leaving a lot of space around the back, just like Zimmerman did previously. This time, no one ran around the back, but Pulisic has gone over to the other side. He's taken both sides. He's on corners tonight, Pulisic, for USA. He's going to whip it in now from in to out. He does that exactly. Tries to get a head on it. Cleared this time by John Stones. Decides he'll help out Harry Maguire with some headed clearances. And it's a foul on Raheem Sterling. So what does Southgate do now? How much longer does Southgate leave this? 25 minutes on the clock, plus injury time. Talent on the bench. You saw that the other day. Talent on the bench. And you're looking at Gareth Southgate's arm around Jordan Henderson. Yes, you heard me right. Jordan Henderson. If you know me well, and not all of you will know me very well, but if you know me enough on socials, I'm not a big fan of Gareth Southgate. I do think he's very pragmatic. I do think he's held us up in winning tournaments or even making finals. I think he's brought a lot of good things to England with his media. He's changed the way that we're more respected in front of the camera. But that real art of winning football tournaments and having that nerve to do something special, I think he lacks. Chance here for England, though, down the right. Bellingham crosses, doesn't reach Kane. Jack Grealish is playing with his socks on the bench, so he might be thinking about coming on. Saka crossed again. Kane's played Saka through inside the box to the right and squared it. And he squared it exactly where you'd want Harry Kane. Exactly where Harry Kane wasn't. And that's another thing that I think that Southgate needs to have a look at with Harry Kane. Just stay up top. You're a top world-class striker. We need goals from you. We don't necessarily need Harry Kane to drop off and link play. We've got good midfielders. We don't need it extensively. You can do it every now and again, but we don't need it all the time. Anton Robinson on the left. Jack Grealish is ready to come on. Might be a second change for England as well. Maybe Jordan Henderson, because he had his arm around Jordan Henderson. So I do wonder if he's giving him instructions. Jack Grealish is definitely coming on this pitch, though. USA down the right, though, in England's half. McKennie plays it inside to Musa. Poor control, though. Don't panic, though, USA. We just hoof it up the pitch and give it back to you. Now it's in control of Tim Ream. England 0, USA 0. Group B. Second round fixture. Potential qualification up for grabs for England if they win this game. USA would only need a draw if they win this game against Iran. Southgate's going to roll the dice in a minute when this play ends, likely. Tim Ream tries to keep the ball in, kicks it right down the pitch. Pickford lets it go out. It's going to be a goal kick, and I wonder now if it's time to make changes. Jordan Henderson is coming on this pitch for Raheem Sterling. Jack Grealish is coming on the pitch. Jude Bellingham is going off. Two changes for England. First changes in this game. And Mason Mount is still on the football pitch, everyone. Henderson will bring experience. Done very well for Liverpool in their rise to winning things in previous seasons. Saka off the right then. Mount still in the middle with Jordan Henderson and Declan Rice. Luke Shaw's coming down the left. He'll play on the left with Jack Grealish. He decides to ignore Grealish. Left-footed cross, headed away by Ream. Henderson gets his first touch in the game, retains possession for England, finds Trippier, getting early touches for Jordan Henderson, wants to get himself in this fixture. Saka now off the line, looks for a 1-2 with Kane. Kane trying to play a difficult pass. It was that difficult, he didn't pull it off. USA give it away. That spell for USA, has that gone now for that spell for USA where they were pressing England back, 4 corners in about 10 minutes? They'll probably likely look for the counter in the next 20 minutes. I'm not sure England will open themselves up to be caught on the break that much, but that's what they'll likely be looking for. John Stones. Declan Rice. Switch of play. Jack Grealish now gets his first touches. Direct. Looking to take on USA. 3 defenders come towards him. He tricks 1. Tricks 2. Loses possession just about inside the box. Cleared. Back to the goalkeeper of Turner. Goes long. I really wanted Grealish to have more of a say in Euro 2020. I think he's a real talent, Jack Grealish. And the Southgate out is already in this tournament. He's not going anywhere yet. Maybe question marks will be asked at the end of this tournament if England failed to do well and whether he should have had this tournament. Risk here from USA trying to play it out. They just about got away with it. Turner took a chance. Adams relieved pressure. Mason Mount may have given away another free kick. You do wonder sometimes, you know, that if managers see what we see, it's like they watch a different game sometimes, isn't it? That they've got all the tickets, they've got the badges. But honestly, if they're watching the TV like we are, would they make the same decisions? I know there's pressure involved. "71 minutes gone and Foden's still on the bench." You can't not question that. Phil Foden on the bench. He doesn't even sit on the bench for Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. Luke Shaw. Harry Maguire. Arguably been England's man of the match so far with his defensive display. As possession for England at the back. Aerial duels this evening. Harry Maguire's pretty much won them all. He has headed so much away this evening. He's over 90% possession aerial wins for Harry Maguire. But he's currently got the ball with his red boots. John Stones in possession, 18 minutes plus in new time to go. England 0, USA 0. Is this enough for both teams? Probably enough for England, but that does mean that they're going to have to get the job done against Wales, just to be sure. And Jack Grealish has been fouled. Most fouled player generally in the Premier League, Jack Grealish. And he's fouled in this game. Luke Shaw. Jack Grealish on the left, down the left. Reverse pass, finds Mount. Through the legs, finds Grealish again. Harry Kane! Oh, couldn't get out his feet. Good work by Jack Grealish and Mount there. USA win it, lose it. Jack Grealish is getting on the ball now. He's turning up the heat. Tries to feed the ball through to Mount. Didn't quite happen that time. Would have had to have gone through the legs like Mount did for Grealish 5 minutes earlier. 5 seconds earlier, more like. Totally agree, Alan. Harry Maguire, for me, is man of the match so far. Unless there's a goal in this game, because that can always sway the man of the match. Jordan Henderson. Harry Maguire. John Stones. walking with the ball, stops the ball, walking with the ball, and then kicks it through all the way to Turner, the USA goalkeeper. So great play there from John Stones. Stops the ball, walks with the ball, stops the ball, kicks it all the way through and gives away possession. That is absolutely fantastic, that is. USA, in blue, McKennie, Pulisic, tackled. Man of the match so far, Harry Maguire. Jack Grealish on the ball. Off the line at the moment, he's central. Gone wide is Mason Mount, who has got the ball now off Jack Grealish. Luke Shaw's gone for a half attempt at an overlap. Stopped in his run. Mason Mount. Short pass. Back to Declan Rice. Switch of play now out to the right. Kieran Trippier. Not quite got the best out of Kieran Trippier tonight. Declan Rice. Luke Shaw. Not a thriller in this latest game in the World Cup. 15 minutes to go with injury time to come. Jordan Henderson, first appearance in this World Cup. Declan Rice. Luke Shaw in possession. England keeping possession. Putting passes together in this spell. Goes back to Luke Shaw. I'm almost thinking that England are happy with a draw. Saka turns with the ball. Trippier. Jordan Henderson on the overlap. Saka. And he just gives the ball away as well. Just inside the box. Our quality in the final third has not been good enough. Harry Kane, though, as I say that, feeds it through to Saka. Might be offside. That's going to be a goal kick. Linesman has put his flag up for either a goal kick or offside now. And another substitution is coming in this game. It's going to be USA this time. Marcus Rashford's also got his training top off. And he's going to come on. I can only think Rashford's going to come on for Saka. McKennie's coming off for America. His race is run. And Aronson is coming on for the USA. 14 minutes to go. Rashford is ready. Scored very quickly coming on the pitch against Iran. Almost his first touch. There's a second change for USA. To keep you up to speed, it's going to come from them. Looks like it might be the right back. Is Dest that goes off. And on comes Moore. Not the Moore. There's only one, Kiefer Moore. Marcus Rashford is coming onto this pitch. Is it Saka? Is it Mount? It's Saka. 3 changes for England so far. Jordan Henderson's come on for Jude Bellingham. Jack Grealish on for Sterling. Rashford on for Saka. Mason Mount still on the pitch. And Phil Foden is still on the bench. Because that might be quite important in our full-time analysis and review of this game that's heading towards a stalemate. Header by the only one that's going to win headers tonight, which is Harry Maguire. And Robinson picks up Pulisic down the left-hand side. USA in possession of the ball. Inside, Adams. Pulisic drives into the box. Fortunately, gives it away, and that'll be an England goal kick. Has this game got a goal in it? Has someone got that bit of quality to open up a defence and hit the back of the net? It doesn't look likely. John Stones. Harry Maguire. Luke Shaw. Jack Grealish looking for a foul. Does get a foul. England 0, USA 0. Is this a good result for both teams? Mason Mount gives away possession again for England. Tries to win it back. Doesn't win it back. Pulisic comes off the left. Harry Maguire defends well. Got a bit of a challenge on him there from the USA player. It was after he ran through. It was unintentional. Maguire's just holding his hip. I think he'll be all right. Alan's thinking there could be a goal in injury time. USA in possession. Weyer goes back. Zimmerman. Ream. USA might have been seen as underdogs in this game and might be really happy with a draw. Jack Grealish, possession given away again by England. If England are going to go far in this tournament, they need to have more quality. Harry Kane is currently 10 yards in the England half as we have possession with John Stones. Luke Shaw. Mason Mount travels over halfway. Looking for options. Finds Harry Kane this time. Back to goal. Brings Trippier into play. Jordan Henderson. Right to left switch of play. Turner goes up. Very tall goalkeeper. Comfortably collects it. He's had an easy night. And he's helping his side and his team on the way to a draw. Adams. 9 minutes to go plus injury time. England 0. USA 0. Down the right-hand side. England defending. USA just outside the England box. Trying to work a move. Defended by Luke Shaw. Foul on Luke Shaw. And what is the process with 8 minutes to go? The linesman's put his flag up to offer a substitution. Not sure if it's USA yet. Might be Weyer going off. His dad, George Weyer, is in the stands, clapping his son. And he is coming off the pitch to be replaced by... And there's two changes. Wright's also coming off this pitch. Rayner and Sargent. Sargent of Norwich City. Quite a talent, actually. And Rayner. Maybe the son of Claudio Rayner. Potentially. England in possession. Time running out. Jack Grealish back to goal on the halfway line. Harry Maguire on his way to a man of the match trophy. John Stones. Harry Maguire keeping possession. Luke Shaw working it right to left. Harry Kane keeping possession. Gives away possession. Trying to look for a one-touch pass with Mount. Come on, Gareth. Fresh legs on the bench. Talent on the bench. Tired legs on the pitch. Come on. Can England seal qualification? I can remember a World Cup, maybe 2002, when we drew against Nigeria and we didn't really approach that game in the right manner. And this very much feels the same way. Exactly what Eddie says. England will get a team like the US in the last 16. That'll be a problem. And I can remember our route in that 2002 World Cup, if I've got it right, where we just didn't really finish the group how we could have finished the group. And then we ended up having a really tough route. I think it's a tough route no matter what route you get. But get the job done. They get the job done tonight. It means that Tuesday night, you could even save players for the knockouts, get more minutes into players from the fringes. I don't understand why we've not really had a go at this game tonight. I don't feel we have. Here comes Luke Shaw of a cross, though. Defended well by Tim Ream. It's going to be a foul by Luke Shaw. Silly foul on Pulisic. It's going to be a free kick to USA in their own half down the right-hand side. 5 minutes to go. England 0, USA 0. Your stats in this game so far are 58% possession to England, 42 to USA, 5 shots to England, 10 shots to USA, 1 shot on target for England, 1 shot on target for the Americans. It was that crossbar shot by Pulisic. And then it was the Mason Mount chance right at the end of the first half. Saved low down by Turner. Corner kicks. It's now gone in favour of USA, 7-2. Only the one offside. More fouls given away by the Americans. 1 big chance showing on SofaScore for USA. It might be that Pulisic chance. 513 passes to 364 in favour of England. But more dribbles from the USA. And more tackles won by the USA, but they have been out of possession more, so that is likely to be correct. And 8 aerial duels won for England, and it wouldn't surprise me if most of them have come from tonight's man of the match so far in Harry Maguire. Absolutely spot on, Mark. 0-0 against Scotland in the Euros second match as well. Yeah. Go win these games. Go win them. I don't think we've really attacked it tonight, but I think that's the manager we have in place. I don't think it's in his character to really have a go. There's a chance here, though, for Rashford. He might be offside if this goes in. Potentially. Rashford keeps the ball. Linesman's kept his flag down. Maybe that moment's gone now to give it offside. Jack Grealish off the left. Looking to work something. Oh, he's gone. He's flicked it through his legs. Rashford! Too easy. Went to go out to in, right to left, but straight down the goalkeeper. Had no power on it. Good work from Rashford. Come off the right. Ended up on the left. Jack Grealish come off the left. Ended up going back to Rashford. Back through his legs. Yeah. Some positive play there by the 2 substitutes. And Aaron says, Lineker, Shearer, Owen, others all tweeting about Foden. As I said, it surprises me in this game that sometimes every fan in the stadium and at home can see exactly what's needed or what's required. But for some reason, not just with Southgate, but with a lot of managers, they do something completely different or they don't see it. I've never understood it. But Harry Maguire decides he's going to take things into his own hands. He's travelling up the pitch. He's played a through pass to Harry Kane, who's in a foot race with Tim Ream. Didn't win that. I said earlier, Harry Kane's not the quickest. And he didn't win that foot race with Tim Ream. Or maybe Zimmerman. He didn't win the race. Whatever happens. Whoever it was. Now the keeper's on a run. He's liked what Maguire was doing. He decided to run out the pitch as well. He ran out of his goal. Mount couldn't stop him. USA on the attack. 2 minutes to go plus injury time. A goal now for USA. And they are going to be absolutely chuffed. A Sargent. Space here for the right. Squares it. Tries to pick someone out rather than put someone in the box. Defended by Declan Rice. Jack Grealish is in his own half. Pickford goes long. Very long. Too long. No one there. Goalkeeper to goalkeeper. Turner has it. USA think they might have a chance in this last couple of minutes to snatch this. Do they think they got a snatch and grab on here? And this would turn into disaster for England if USA score a late winner like Alan was predicting earlier on. US commentators very proud. They would have taken a 0-0 all day long. Anything can happen in this game. Anything can happen in football. But USA would definitely have taken a draw. They do know they need to beat Iran, but they'll probably back themselves. They haven't got the draw yet, and they might want a little bit more. They're in possession. Robinson, given away. Henderson, his experience. Can he drive the team forward? Foul tip for England. Just inside the USA half. Will Trippier long this ball into the box? I can't imagine England fans are going to be impressed with this tonight. Quick free kick by England. Jordan Henderson to the back post. Headed away. It's a corner for England. And we are in to 90 minutes. Headed away by Moore. 4 minutes. Injury time added on. And even if England snatch this, you might think it's a little cruel on the Americans. Kieran Trippier on his side, going to take the corner. One good delivery, one good header, and England will qualify to the knockouts. Crossed, looking for Maguire, heads down into the ground, and easy caught by Turner. Maguire looks absolutely shattered. And I've been critical of him in his club career, but he has done well this evening. Wales to come for England in the last fixture of the group games. Iran will take on USA at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. 7 p.m. England, Wales. Both teams kick off. Both countries kick off at the same time. Jack Grealish intercepts possession, but then ends up going nowhere. No support. Pushed off the ball. Free kick to England. To the left. Could be an opportunity to throw it in the box. Harry Maguire likes a header tonight. I do wonder if Luke Shaw takes this. It's on his side, or whether Trippier comes in and crosses it towards and curling towards goal. I think Luke Shaw's going to take it. He'll likely cross the ball out to in, away from the goalkeeper. It's got to be a good delivery. Harry Kane, not yet off the mark in this World Cup. Scored buckets of goals in his career. Kieran Trippier is going to have to ask, are you sure you want to take this? Luke Shaw said, yeah, I'm on it. I got it. England fans praying in the stands. Looking to snatch a winner. We've got a minute and a half left of injury time. Luke Shaw comes in. Good ball. Oh, Harry Kane got his head on it. Looks like it was well wide of the goal, but he was only 7 or 8 yards out. Very central. Too much connection. Very too much connection. Well wide. And that might just be England's last chance to win this game. And Harry Kane's last chance to get a goal in this World Cup. 30 seconds of injury time left. Declan Rice. Marcus Rashford. Questions will be asked of Gareth Southgate and why Phil Foden, one of England's youngest, most impressive talents, sits on the bench. whilst Mason Mount, one of England's young talents who's out of form in a 22-23 season, continues to be on the football pitch. We should not be surprised. This is 3 tournaments now with Gareth Southgate. We know what we're going to get. We know what probably is going to stand in our way of achieving success. And I know that other managers have not achieved success. I know we've not won a tournament since 1966. But these players, this generation, with the weakness previously of the other nations, we should have made a World Cup final. We should have won Euro 2020. End of story. Full time has just gone in World Cup Group B, and it is England 0, USA 0. That is a tough one to take. USA look quite happy with themselves. I'm sure they'll take that. We'll have a look at the group table in a moment. England will still sit top. Gareth Southgate's just shaking hands with the opposition manager. He's heading onto the pitch. I think England will be disappointed with that. I don't think England done enough. I don't think we were brave enough. I don't think the changes were enough. I like some of the changes, but I think there were other changes out there that could have made a difference as well, especially if you're looking to break down a USA team that are going to be hard to break through. You know, you're going to want the likes of Phil Foden on this pitch. Harry Kane, the England team, they are heading over to the fans over at Qatar. The England following, I'm sure they'll be disappointed. Harry Maguire can be proud of his night, though. Credit where credit's due. He's been brilliant this evening. He's done the basics well. He's kept possession well without influencing or improving tempo. But the basics, heading, tackles, effort, he looks shattered, Harry Maguire. And for me, he's man the match. We'll get Aaron back on in a moment. Just see what Alan's got to say here. Play negative football. What can you expect? But we shouldn't be surprised, Alan. We've seen this enough with Gareth Southgate. I'm going to bring Aaron back into the stream, I think. David from earlier on was giving us his thoughts ahead of this game from a USA point of view. I reckon he'll be pretty happy with his night's work. And as I speak, it looks like David might be logging in. He's just sorting out his camera, and he looks like he's just resolved it. So let's just get some quick full-time reaction, shall we? We'll have a look at some of the stats. We'll have a look at the league table. Let's get some thoughts in here. Let's get David. Let's get Aaron. Right, guys. It's not one for the neutral, I would say, but I'm sure USA will be happy, David. It's England 0, USA 0, Group B.
Yeah, you know, I mean, honestly, I thought the US had better chances to actually win it, hitting the ball off the crossbar. England certainly had the predominant part of the play at the beginning of the first half. But overall, yeah, I mean, a 0-0 draw against England, probably one of the better teams in the competition. Got to take it now. We just got to beat Iran, and hopefully you guys beat Wales, and we both go through to the next round. So,
Aaron, 55% possession to England, 45 to the USA, but more shots for USA. They had 10, only the one shot on target. That'll be Pulisic's crossbar attempts. Not enough attempts for our striker number 9. I don't think he's in the box enough. And when you're trying to break down an organised USA team, you sometimes need talent that's going to thread a ball or find a pass that's going to help you get that winner. And I know you're going to be frustrated that Mason Mount is sat on that bench and didn't get 1 minute in that fixture.
I wish Mount had been sat on the bench.
Foden.
Yeah, no, look, I don't know why we're surprised. We've seen it in 2 previous tournaments now. You know, we've got such a great generation of talent. And unfortunately, we've got a manager presiding over all 3 tournaments who is just, very negative, conservative, and doesn't get the best out of the squad. So it's frustrating more than anything else because, look, we'll all go back to club football soon, which is the bread and butter. But yeah, it's just a shame that this guy has presided over 3 tournaments now. I'm dumbfounded, really. you know, I'm not into conspiracy theories, but Mount must have something over Southgate. He must do, you know. I've seen, you know, look, we're all saying it. People here are saying it all over Twitter. These are respected pundits. You know, when you've got one of the most talented young players in the country, in the world, actually, who's the first name, one of the first names on Pep Guardiola's team sheet, who doesn't even get off the bench in a game like this, didn't get off the bench much in the Euros. You know, questions have to be answered. You know, I'm sure one journalist, one interviewer tonight won't say to Gareth Southgate, is there a reason you didn't bring Phil Foden on? No one will ask the question. But you know, and Harry Kane is woefully out of form. He's playing so deep. I don't get it. He's playing. I'd love to see the heat map for Harry Kane. He was so deep. Mason Mount was ahead of him. If you're going to play Mason Mount ahead of Harry Kane, play a striker, play Callum Wilson, play Marcus Rashford. You know, just don't get it. You know, there's no point Harry Kane being there that deep. Very frustrating night all round. And as I said to you before, like, I'm not saying England should be winning this World Cup because I don't, but it's just frustrating when you at least try and put your best players on the pitch or players who can make a difference. And this didn't see it. But as I said, it's more just despondency than anything else, because, you know, we'll get through the group. As David said, we'll get through the group. I'm sure we'll beat Wales or draw with Wales and sneak through the group. But come that knockout, I don't think we'll get past the quarterfinals at best. With Gareth Southgate in charge, you put Eddie Howe in charge of this England squad, which he won't want to go near. I think we could win the World Cup.
David, I don't want to take this completely away from the USA, because I think they deserve real credit. I don't think, surprise Eddie says, still never beaten US in the World Cup. So that might be a fact. I'm sure if you're saying it, it must be true. Just before we do give you the chance to be proud of the USA, when you're listening to us talking about the likes of Phil Foden sitting on the bench, one of the most natural, talented players in the Premier League, are you happy that Phil Foden didn't get dirty tonight and didn't get into a battle on the pitch?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Southgate's a bad manager. I kind of disagree with you on that a little bit. I mean, he's got you just a semi-final and a final. That's not a bad track record for any manager. And I'll be honest with you, I think the England manager's job is probably one of the hardest jobs in the world, because the media attention, the fans' demands, etc. I still think England could actually win the whole thing. I don't think, I think we've seen Argentina couldn't beat Saudi Arabia. I mean, who knows what's going to happen once you get to first of all, you've got to get to the knockout stage. Once you get to the knockout stage, then you've got to play well every game, where you've got to be able to win each game one at a time. It's a whole different tournament once you get past the group stage. So I wouldn't write England off for winning the World Cup. From the American side, I thought they played really well. And I think that the best part that I saw today was that's one of I think the third youngest team in the World Cup. That team is only going to get better in the next 4 years. I'm not convinced our manager is the right manager for the next 4 years. But I do think that tonight was one of the best US performances I've seen. They were having shots. They were taking it to England. I mean, so, and at the end of the day, it means we've got to beat Iran, and that's going to be some game on Tuesday night.
I was going to say, what you've got to do now, David. I'm going to show it on the screen. Actually, we'll have a look at that league table, and I'll try and zoom in if I need to. So England are on 4 points, Iran 3, USA 2, Wales 1. So just staying with you for a moment, David, you know what the task is ahead of you. It's simple. You have to win your first match in this group and beat Iran.
Yeah, and in some ways, actually, that's probably better than if let's say we had won tonight, right? And then we knew we only needed a draw against Iran. I could have seen Greg kind of like sitting back and just going for the draw and then end up losing. We now know that we have to win the game to go through. So he's got to put on an attacking team. And I think Iran, they played well today against Wales. But I fancy the US chances on Tuesday night.
Aaron, this is not unusual for England. As I said during the stream, I was talking about when we played Nigeria, I think in the 2002 World Cup, when we could have given ourselves a better route by beating them, and it was a 0-0. And Mark Cole brought up the Euro 2020, where we drew 0-0 to Scotland. Why do we do this? Like, if we just approach this game in the right way, and I don't want to undo the USA because I think they really earned their spot tonight, but I do feel, without being, I don't want to be disrespectful, but they probably were underdogs going into this, but they earned the right. But I just don't think Gareth gave it enough oomph tonight. And I think we just go and win this match. That gets us on 6 points. We qualified. That opens up opportunities to freshen the team up, get other players into it, save players. Now we've got to go into this Wales squad, probably with an unchanged side, and beat them.
Yeah, interesting. You're probably not watching the sounds or commentary, are you? You can't hear the TV. So first of all, there were
copyrights.
Right. First of all, there were very loud boos from the England fans at the end of the game, which is really interesting. Audible booing from the England end, and the commentator made a point of it, and Lineker's already tweeted about the booing from the England end. So that would come across loud and clear. And interestingly enough, we are through to the knockout stages unless we lose 4-0 to Wales.
Right.
Might come second, obviously. Could come second in the group, but so we're through to the knockouts, right? We could
Kiefer Moore could score 4.
Yeah,
you're not outruling that Kiefer Moore. Chris Mepham could bag a brace.
Yeah, yeah. But so look, we're going to get through. We're going to get through. We'll probably win or draw the game anyway, and we might not top the group, which means if we come second, we'll probably play the Netherlands. Although they don't look great, but it's just that I mean. Look, David said we could win the World Cup. We could win the World Cup. Of course, we could win the World Cup. But I just fear that, and the outpouring on Twitter is a very obvious pattern at the moment. Is that he's just not getting the best out of the squad. He's making wrong substitutions, making substitutions too late, or not making substitutions at all. Harry Maguire for me tonight was brilliant, man of the match, winning a lot of headers, but, and this is a massive but, I still worry about him in the back four when the likes of Mbappe are running at him, or Ronaldo's running at him, or Vinicius Junior's running at him, or whoever. So in the air, outstanding performance from Maguire, but that doesn't make him suddenly the world's best defender. And I do worry about us defensively, which means that, as we know, we might get our wish and Mason Mount will come out of the team, but it will be at the expense of Kyle Walker, because that's what's going to happen as soon as we get to the knockout stages. We'll go to the 5 at the back, and we'll lose the Mount position. Or actually, sorry, Bellingham will come out because Mount has to stay in the team. So it'll be Mount and Rice, and then you have your Saka, Sterling, Kane. So I'm not sure how Foden gets into that team, or Grealish, or Maddison actually, who'll be fit by then if we go to that 5 at the back. So look, as far as draws go in tournaments, as you said, Argentina lost, Germany lost to Japan. You know, as far as tournament football go, it's totally fine. We're absolutely fine. We're top of the group with beating Wales. So this is tournament football. You know, even in 1990, we all look fondly back at that. Those of us who can remember that, you know, the Gaza and everyone, and we were pretty poor in the group, and we got momentum as we went through. So I'm not turning around and saying, no, we have to beat you, we should win every game. It doesn't work like that. And we're top of the group, and USA played exceptionally well, deserved the draw at least, and are a decent team. So I'm not knocking where England are in the group, and we'll qualify, we'll get through. I just worry that it's going to be another lost opportunity. That's all. When we come up against even better teams in the USA.
It was funny because I was watching something the other day that says they thought Argentina blew the game on purpose against Saudi Arabia because they would have an easier draw in the second half of the tournament. That's like the conspiracy theorists.
Yeah, and that Twitter, what a horrible place that can be sometimes. I might have to buy a wooden spoon if this continues.
Actually, so I've actually now started there's a new website called Post, which is run by the guy who started Waze, which is
right.
It's Twitter, but Twitter with nice people apparently. So it's you know, they want people to be positive on it. So we'll see how that goes. There
are nice people on Twitter. We're just saying that there are also some difficult people on Twitter. David, I would agree with Aaron. I think he was going with a Harry Maguire man of the match. I did say that during the stream. I've been critical of his performance at his club. I don't rate him particularly as a good defender. I definitely don't think he's worth 80 million quid, but where credit's due, just like with Bournemouth, when you see someone trying hard and trying to improve, he was very good tonight. I don't know if you agree with that. And also, who would you say was USA's man of match tonight?
Oh, it's hard. I don't actually. Everybody played
I thought Adams was good
in the US. I thought Adams was good. I thought McKenna played well until he came off. I thought Turner had a really good game as goalkeeper, considering he's not, the first choice goalkeeper at Arsenal. Pulisic, I think, had some really good runs. Overall, it was a really good performance, and I think it's a good example that you can have a 0-0 draw and still have a good game. And I still, there were chances on both sides, right? England also had some chances. So overall, I think it was good. We just have to make sure we beat Iran now, and that's going to be some game. There's going to be a lot of edge to that game.
Do you beat Iran on Tuesday, 7 p.m. UK time?
I hope so. I mean, but Iran today also played well against Wales, right? I mean, they were definitely the better team against Wales. So the team if the team turns out like it did tonight and plays against Iran the way they played against England today, I think they'll win. But we've also seen the United States turn out in performances and haven't played well in the second round. That would be good, and then it's a knockout tournament, right? You go in, everybody has a chance to win it. So I'd like to see Argentina not make it to the next round. That would kind of be funny.
That would be nice. Or Germany, they've got to do a job against Spain. Aaron, final thoughts. Thanks for coming on this watch along. It's a 0-0, but we enjoy spending time with our virtual friends on YouTube. Final thoughts. You know my thoughts on Gareth Southgate. I would love him to prove me wrong. I'd love him to win a tournament. I think he's always going to hold us back. I've said that since day one, since the first tournament. He was a defender when he was playing. I think he's got that in his managerial locker, and I think he'll always hold us back a bit. And I think we've seen that again tonight at times. Final thoughts, though. We've got to not lose 4-0 to Wales, you said.
Yeah, look. Everyone got a bit carried away after beating Iran 6-2.
Can you imagine if that actually happens? Wales win 4-0.
Well, yeah.
If Kiefer Moore bags a hat trick, I don't know how I would feel, because I absolutely love the guy.
Final thoughts. My final thoughts are that it's par for the course. We will qualify, and we'll probably get through the next round. And but I just think what's holding us back is Gareth Southgate, and it was the same in the last two. David made a point that he obviously got us to the semi-finals of the World Cup. Look, the draw favoured us, but you still have to beat who you got. And I think but what we could have beaten Croatia if we'd have put the foot on the pedal. We got to the final against Italy, and we would have beaten them if we'd have put the foot on the pedal. And yes, he got into those positions, but he threw those away as well. And I just think history's going to repeat itself. I think we're going to lead this tournament, whether it's in the second round, the quarters, semis, maybe, I don't know. And certain players will stay on the bench, and it's just going to be frustrating for us because we do have that ability within our squad to really test the best teams in the world. I hope I eat my words. I've never been a fan of Southgate, but I will. If we win the World Cup, give the guy a knighthood. Couldn't care less. But it's not going to happen.
Make him a knighthood. You make him a lord if you want.
Make him a lord, but it's not going to happen. Absolutely not going to happen. Not a chance.
David, thanks for coming on. Appreciate your input. And you know what? We might need your input on Tuesday night, potentially, if you're about, because we might need to see what's going on in the other game. So
I was about to say, maybe we'll see England USA in the final, right? That would be good.
Wow. That would be nice. As long as there's goals. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a bit of a cracker. But David, thanks for your thoughts. It's been great to get your thoughts on the USA.
And maybe by the next time we speak, we'll have a manager.
Well, that would be nice.
I think we got one. I think we got one.
I don't think it's a done deal yet, but we'll see.
Yeah.
No, I'm keeping that on the back burner, hoping it is not a done deal yet. But look, we'll all support him. We're sidetracking because we are a Bournemouth channel in the main, and if you subscribe, you can also listen to us when club football returns. So definitely do join us. But we will try and bring you some more World Cup content. But David, thank you very much. Really appreciate your time.
Mate.
Take care, David.
Stay with us for a moment, David. Stay with us, David, while we see it out. We'll see it out together. And Aaron, thank you very much.
Thank you. Up the cherries. Oh, sorry. Up the England. It's coming home.
3 Lions. It is England 0, USA 0. USA will need to beat Iran on Tuesday. England need to make sure that Kiefer Moore doesn't score a hat-trick and Chris Mepham gets one, because if we lose 4-0, we could be in trouble. So England are still on track to qualify. USA got a little bit more to do, but maybe they'll just do it. But thanks for joining us. Until next time, we will see you soon. Up the England.